What is this right here? Yeah, he likes that as well. Popliteal lymph node. So it's caudal to the stifle joint. Cool.
And there was another nerve up there by the popliteal lymph node.
So this right here is your ischiatic nerve or sciatic nerve. And you have your two branches of your sciatic nerve. So there's this one, which we said was what? Common peroneal, which innervates what? Extensors of the digits, flexors of the hop. Yep. And what's the other branch? Right here. Diving between the two heads of the gastrocnemius, and it innervates what? Flexors of the digits, extensors of hoc. Good. Just go over that over and over.
Does he care about like adductor muscles?
I don't think so.
Not really.
No. But just for fun, what nerve innervates the adductor muscles? Obturator nerve. And if one of you guys find an obturator nerve, show it to the rest of your classmates. But we never, I don't think he tagged it for us. Okay.
So apparently somebody saw one today.
Yeah, it's...
Just kidding. Just cut it off. No, don't do that. Okay, so let's go through this thing. Oh, man.
Does he ever tag bones?
Yes. Well, I'll tell you about that after. It was kind of tricky for us. I was telling them last week how I'm pretty sure our entire class got every single bone question wrong. And then he took them all off the exam, so it was okay. Okay, so when you get the rumen on the exam, it's going to be exactly like this, like all folded over on itself, just like thrown on the table. So how are you going to orient yourself? What? Yes. So your omasum is one way. How would that help you orient yourself?
Only on the right side.
Yes. What about this? So what side is this?
Left.
Yes, because your spleen sits over the left surface of the stomach. Okay? So, what part of the stomach am I in right here? The rumen, yeah. So what are these guys called? Ruminal papillae. Remember, know all of the internal features. He likes that. How does he tag what? He didn't tag it for us, but I believe he asked us about it.
He gets
Yeah.
really creative about his tagging.
Yeah. Or he'll like literally
They put
just,
effort into it.
he'll cut a piece of this off and put it on the table and be like, what part of the stomach is this from? Stuff like that.
And why.
So,
He likes the and
yeah.
why.
Okay, so what part am I in right now?
It's so pretty.
So this is your reticulum. So we've already said that this is the spleen, so this makes this what side? This is your reticulum. So where is this? So this is your cranial part. Reticulum is the most cranial part of the stomach. So we have cranial, left side. So for us, he tagged one of these things, actually like 4 of them, at different stations on the lab exam. So these, yeah. So what are these things called inside? Pillars. And what are they called on the outside? Do not get those mixed up, because sometimes he'll tag some on the outside and some on the inside. So you have to say pillar if they're inside, or groove if they're outside.
How is he
Like,
tagging?
yeah, how do
With a
you...
pin or
With a pin.
Okay.
But again, it won't be laid out nicely like this. It'll be all folded over on the table.
So how do you
And you have
find
to
a...
figure it
How
out.
do you find a pin when it's like in a random...
Or I believe he put like a piece of string through it or something like that.
Okay.
You'll see. You'll be surprised at what he can do.
You know, like sometimes halfway through quizzes, like the pins would move, like they would come out or something, and he would just be like, "You all get that question right."
Exactly.
Is that what happens here, or is he just like you
I believe he pauses the exam and will come and fix it for you. So, yeah.
The goat and the sheep don't have a certain pillar. What is it? They don't have like
Reticular ruminal.
The dorsal corners.
I have no idea. That's a good question.
Apparent.
It wasn't in the dissection guide, but we didn't have like a left one.
Oh no. Well, the only thing he told us was that not all of the rumens are going to have every single groove or pillar. So don't get like flustered if you can't find them all. Just make sure you know where they all are, because the specimens he gives you are pretty good. It's just hard to orient yourself. It takes a little while.
Yeah, I don't know if that was like a species exception or if it was just like in sheep they're not very apparent, things like that.
Okay, so what is this opening here? So this is your intraruminal ostium. Sorry, you guys in the back can't see it. Okay, so we said this is our reticulum over here. So which side of the stomach is this again? Okay, so what's this if you tagged it? Cranial. Yeah, or
Transverse pillar.
cranial transverse pillar. Okay? You can say that if you want, but it's fine.
If in
Cranial
doubt,
transverse pillar.
yeah. Sorry, when you point out the pillar.
Okay. So what is this thing right here? The insular ruminus. Okay. So what is this?
Right longitudinal pillar.
So this right here is your right longitudinal pillar. What is this one?
Right accessory pillar.
Right accessory pillar. So your insular ruminus is bounded by your right longitudinal pillar and right accessory pillar, or groove if it's on the outside. Okay? That's where it gets trickier. And he tagged one of these. So he tagged this guy right here. Do you guys have any idea what that would be?
Left corner.
Which one?
Dorsal. I can't tell.
Okay, so your stomach would have been like this, and you guys, so this part up here is dorsal, this part down here is ventral. So if it's opened like this is ventral. Does that make sense?
And also remember that most of the dorsal coronaries are not very apparent.
So this is, what side are we on?
Left.
So what is this?
Left ventral coronary pillar.
Left ventral coronary pillar, because it's inside. It would be the left ventral coronary groove if it was on the outside. Cool? So what is this?
Right ventral coronary pillar.
Right ventral coronary pillar. Okay? So again, wear gloves for this exam. Pick everything up. Unless it specifically says do not touch, stick your head in there. Like, do whatever you want to, because he likes to be tricky sometimes, but you can figure it out if you just orient yourself. But you need to take part of your time to orient yourself. If not, you're going to get it wrong. Don't just like guess blindly on these ones. And he had like 4 or 5 stations out of 50 that were just these pillars and grooves on our midterm lab exam. So make sure you know how to orient this.
How long do we get per station?
1.5 minutes, I believe.
For
Just one.
it's kind of attached to everything, but we could sort of hold it up.
Okay.
We'll try and finish a couple minutes early, so if people didn't get to see, they could come look at it.
So what is this? Your reticular groove. So again, I believe it was just reticular groove. Okay. But right here. Yeah, so this is part of your gastric groove. So what are the other 2 parts of your gastric groove? Yes, so you have your reticular groove, omasal groove, and abomasal grooves, which all make up your gastric groove. Okay. Why is the gastric groove important? Yes. Do you guys know the chemicals that you can feed adult animals to get this groove to form? Sodium bicarbonate, which species?
Cow?
Yes. Copper sulfate in which species? Sheep, I believe. Yeah. That was a test question. And he had like copper sulfate, and he had both sheep and cows on there. So know like which chemicals are used for which species, stuff like that. Okay.
I guess it's spiral colon.